In a quiet little town where time seemed to stand still, lived a woman named Margaret Cole. You've probably seen someone like her. Quiet, gray-haired, with a slow limp. Every single morning, she'd sit at the same corner table in Benson's cafe, all alone, with a single cup of black coffee. Her jacket was old and frayed, her shoes worn right down to the threads. Teenagers would snicker behind her back. The locals would whisper stories about how she'd lost everything. Even the waitress, who tried her best to be kind, often forgot to refill her cup. No one ever asked her why she limped. No one asked what she had survived. No one even bothered to learn her name unless they needed her to move out of the way. To the world, Margaret Cole had become invisible. Until one rainy Thursday, a sleek black SUV pulled up outside the cafe. The engine cut, and a man stepped out. He was tall, broad-shouldered, and dressed in a perfectly pressed military uniform. On each shoulder, 4 stars gleamed. The entire diner just froze. Forks stopped in midair. Conversations died instantly. A 4-star general doesn't just wander into a place like Benson's cafe. The waitress stumbled over her words. Sir, can? I'll get you anything. He didn't answer. His eyes scanned the room, searching, evaluating, until they stopped on the woman in the corner. On Margaret. She looked up, confused, her coffee halfway to her lips. Then, in front of every stunned person in that diner, the general marched across the floor. Each step was so heavy it seemed to shake the room. He came to a full stop at her table, straightened his back, and saluted. A full, formal, military salute. The diner let out a collective gasp. Tears welled up in Margaret's eyes. "You don't have to do that, son," she whispered. The general's voice cracked. "Ma'am, after what you did for us, it's the least I can do." He set a small velvet box on her table. When she opened it, a silver star gleamed back at her. "This woman," the general said, turning to face the entire room, "is Colonel Margaret Cole. The first woman to serve as lead combat strategist in our division." The cafe erupted in murmurs. "In 2003, he continued, his voice ringing with authority. "During Operation Red Dune, our unit was ambushed in the desert. We were outnumbered 5 to 1. We were completely written off as dead." He swallowed hard, the emotion tightening his jaw. "She ignored a direct command to retreat. She rerouted our air support. She guided us through the storm. She saved 42 of us." He paused, looking right at her. "I was one of them." Margaret lowered her head, completely overcome. The memories she had buried for years, the smoke, the screams on the radio, the bone-deep fear all came rushing back. She had carried those ghosts all alone for so long. "We've been looking for you, ma'am," he said gently. "The department wants to honor you in the capital next week." She wiped her cheeks with trembling fingers. "I didn't do it for honors," she murmured. "I just wanted you boys to come home." The day the town finally saw her, the cafe was silent. But this time, it was a silence of reverence, not disregard. The same people who had ignored her for years now stood up a little straighter, unsure whether to bow, salute, or just apologize. The waitress refilled her cup, her hands shaking. "I'm so sorry, ma'am. We never knew." Margaret offered a soft smile. "It's all right, dear. Most heroes go unseen." The general saluted her one last time, and then addressed the room. "From this day forward," he said, "don't ever assume someone is ordinary just because they're quiet. Some of the greatest warriors this country has ever known look exactly like her." He turned and left, the door swinging shut behind him. The silence that followed felt sacred. When Margaret finally stood to leave, the entire cafe rose to their feet. People who had once overlooked her now watched her with a kind of gentle awe. Outside, the rain had stopped, and for the first time in years, someone truly saw her. Because the quietest people often carry the loudest stories, and real heroes don't seek the spotlight, they walk among us, humbly, patiently, waiting for the day the world remembers who they really are. Thanks for listening. If this story touched you, please share it and follow for more.